Now with MPT's HBCU Week starting soon, we caught up with Dr. Maurice Edington, the president of the University of the District of Columbia. Dr. Edington, thank you for joining us. Tell us about your first year on the job. Any moments that stand out to you or accomplishments that stand out?
Yeah, thank you for that. I had a very active, exciting, and engaging first year. Um, One of the major milestones is we spent a lot of time in the first year developing the new 5-year university strategic plan. And that's very critical. And I feel very fortunate as a new president to have had an opportunity to complete that in my first year because that's the blueprint for the future. And so that document outlines the vision and plan for our future. And also the first year, was really spent with a focus on me getting to know the institutional culture and the DC culture, right? And so I really enjoyed opportunities to learn about our history and who we are. And those conversations and sessions really fed into how I see us moving forward in the future, but very good first year.
And the history, I mean, UDC is the only public institution in the district, land grant institution. How does that history kind of inform where you were going in the strategic plan?
Yeah, it really highlights our mission, right? As you said, we're the district's only public institution. We're a land grant institution, and those two things really mean that we have an obligation to meet the needs of the citizens of the district, right? And so, as we think about the future and how we tailor our educational programming, our service mission, our land grant mission, it's all designed to make sure that we're providing the type of services, educational opportunities, and impact to the district.
Is there anything in the new plan that's a dramatic departure from what you've been doing? Any places where we're going to zig instead of zag, or any area where you want to reallocate resources with an eye towards future needs?
Yeah, the one of the major things I think that the plan would do is what I would call is it's a reimagining the whole institution from top to bottom. Right, it's a new vision for the university. It is really looking to establish this university as a flagship university for hopefully the 51st state in the union. And so when we think about the university through the lens of a flagship institution for a state, it means that we have to double down on having, high quality academic programs aligned with workforce needs, be a first choice destination for students and parents and employers. And so the difference is we have a very clear vision. It's very aggressive and ambitious for this institution's future. It's growing enrollment, growing academic programs in the tech fields, health fields, public health, law, business. But really, 5, 10 years from now, we want to be seen in this community as the district's flagship institution that all the residents are very proud of.
One of the programs that caught our eye last year was training tomorrow's educators. So students who want to go into teaching, and I know that's important to you and it's important to the district.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and again, speaking to our special mission, right? We have an obligation to make sure that the district's students receive high quality educations in the K-12 system. And so we want to be a major provider of teachers who are hired by the district because that's our service, that's our mission, that's our obligation. But also what it does is it strengthens the connection that UDC has with its residents, right? By having UDC alum in the classrooms, they're ambassadors for this institution as well. So it's something that's very important to us.
When we talked before, one of the big takeaways was the level of commitment that you have to making sure that your students succeed, that they make it to the graduation stage despite all sorts of challenges that young people have today. Talk a little bit about your efforts in that regard and some of the top challenges that kids are facing.
Yeah, thank you. One of the things that we recognize is that in order to serve our students at a high level, we have to have adequate academic support services. And so we spent my first year here really putting a priority on beefing out our infrastructure, academic support infrastructure. And I'm so fortunate to share that the district has made a major investment in UDC in the last budget cycle to help us build out a stronger academic support enterprise, right? And so that's one of the major components to helping students thrive are the services. Another major need that we see is students often have financial burdens that they have to overcome to remain in school. And so we're thinking very seriously and creatively about how can we continue to identify different sources of revenue. And so we're going to have a major focus, for example, on fundraising, right? With the purpose of removing those financial hurdles that our students often face. And so major priority in that area.
Your thoughts on UDC's history as an HBCU and the future for HBCUs overall and your institution in particular?
No, thank you for that. I think the future for HBCUs is very bright, as bright as it's ever been. I'm a proud graduate of an HBCU. I've spent my whole professional career working at HBCUs. And what I see is every day more and more the value and impact that we have in serving the underserved and providing opportunities for educational attainment and just a place where students feel welcome and comfortable, right? That will never go away as a need. And I think we're getting a lot of notoriety nationally as a community of institutions for the good work that we do. And I think UDC, right, we're in our new strategic plan, we are very intentionally leaning into our HBCU identity. So we have strategies built into that plan to really highlight and promote that we're an HBCU because I was surprised to see that some sectors of the community are not aware that UDC is an HBCU. And so we see that as an important part of our brand to attract support and interest from students and their parents.
And extremely important for the Black community and the future of education for all disadvantaged residents of the DMV area.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. You know, until we get to the point where we close the gaps of educational attainment and income by race and ethnicity, institutions like UDC and other HBCUs, we need to continue doing the great work that we're doing to provide pathways to the middle class.
Dr. Edington, congratulations on your first year and your new strategic plan, and we appreciate the chance to talk with you. Thanks again.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
More information on HBCU Week can be found at mpt.org/HBCU.